Alright, good morning fans. This is Fire Larry and Charlie. Charlie's going to take a little ride here today. We are at the Grove Museum in Tallahassee. Now, I didn't really know too much about this place. I didn't even know it existed. And it's off of North Monroe in Tallahassee. And if you were to just go down, probably about a half a mile in a southerly direction on North Monroe, you'll run into the Florida Capitol. As a matter of fact, back over beyond that way is the governor's mansion. But this particular place is the home of the Call Collins plantation. And it was built in the around 1840 by the territorial governor, Richard Call. And over the years, that property has been passed down through some generations and then some individuals, and eventually became the home of Florida Governor Leroy Collins and his wife Mary. And they lived here, and they're actually, I believe, buried on the premises. And we're going to go this way. And for those of you that come into the Tallahassee area, admission is free. And they do have guided tours at a certain time. And we decided to come here because it is so beautiful. The grounds and the building itself. Now, we won't be going inside because of Charlie, but in his stroller. But look at these grounds, how beautiful they are. And you just don't realize it's here unless you were to look for it. So it is stunning, to say the least. The building itself is an antebellum plantation building built by enslaved crafts people back in, as I said, around 1840 is when construction started. And we will walk around the mansion itself, but right now we will go to the right because the family cemetery is, I believe, over in this direction. I did come out here one time with my son. He's the one that told me it was here, and I just had no idea. As many times as I've been on North Monroe when I lived here, had no clue that this was here. And I'm sure many residents in Tallahassee probably don't know that either. Have a little garden growing here. Beautiful day. We've had some overcast weather and some rain, probably off and on for the last week or so. So it is great to be out. A lot of activity going on. Obviously, you can hear the noises because we're close to town. Parking area over here. So we will now turn back around this way. Yeah, I enjoy going to places like this because I enjoy things that are nature related, history related, and it's enjoyable. And this is just so close. It's just a matter of 15-20 minutes from my house. Charlie and I have already been out. He's been to a park and had a nice walk. But again, you can see how beautiful it is here. And we're going to hit some other places too in the area. And we are going to continue to go in this direction. I may have to take Charlie out of the stroller to get into some locations. But we are, and I don't recall where the cemetery is. I believe it may be further out in an area where I won't be able to take the stroller, so I may have to take Charlie out. And just look how beautiful the grounds are. Outstanding. I sure wouldn't want to have to take care of this myself. Bird feeder over there. Fantastic. Charlie would love to run around here, I'm sure. Morning. This is the backside of the mansion, and as you can see, it certainly was updated some years ago. There was a total renovation. The mansion itself is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. So peaceful, so peaceful. We will just cut across the grass here and see if we can. And it is dog friendly. As long as you have a well-behaved dog, you are more than welcome to bring a dog out here. Charlie is pretty much well behaved. He gets a little excited when he sees another dog once in a while. But he gets along well. He loves people. He pretty much believes people are here for him. Squirrels are out and about early in the morning. And I'm trying to remember where the cemetery is. Someone I knew is buried out there. Leroy Collins Jr., the son of Florida Governor Leroy Collins, is buried out there. Leroy Collins Jr. was a Rear Admiral in the Navy, and I knew him. Matter of fact, he attended my ceremony to promotion to Chief Petty Officer. So I felt that was quite an honor for him to attend the ceremony. Unfortunately, he was killed while riding a bike here in Tallahassee. Quite tragic, and certainly long before his time, but quite sad. And I believe I see the cemetery. We'll see if we can make our way to it. But I love days like today when the sun is out and you get the normal sounds when you're close to town like this. But it is so peaceful in a park setting. I can just imagine what this was like back in the 1840s. And it was a plantation, active plantation, hustling and bustling. And Tallahassee was quite the hub between the east coast of Florida and the Pensacola area. And that's one of the reasons why it became the state capital, because it was right in the center. All right, I'm going to let Charlie have a seat here, and we will walk over here. And members of the Call family and the Collins family are buried out here. And as I said, Leroy Collins Jr. And sir, I salute you. I enjoyed working with him in the Navy. He was the readiness commander. for Region 8. And if you didn't know this was here on the property, you probably would just keep right on going. Charlie knows it's here. Okay, Charlie, let's swing on around. And we've hit a few stumps. Tallahassee has so much to see. We're going to try to get over to Dorothy Oven Park, another park just outside of town, just south of I-10. Good place to visit if you're in the area, Dorothy Oven Park. And we may hit that one day here in the near future. Another peaceful and beautiful park. And one day we'll go down to the Cascades, which is downtown, not too far from the state capitol. Up there, big birdhouse. Really rough with a stroller through here, but it's a good way to take Charlie, and I don't have to worry about him pulling me if he decides to go after a squirrel. All kind of foliage on the property, different types of plants. They take care of this place, you can tell. And again, just look, that's a picture perfect setting. Outstanding. And as I said, right beyond those trees ahead of us is the governor's mansion, where Governor Ron DeSantis and his family live when they're in town. Who knows, he may be living in another house in the near future. That's a government-owned house, the White House. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. Charlie, I'm going to have to pull you another way here. We are hitting some rough territory. Could back up on the sidewalk when you come around. We'll stop here a second. Just scan the property. It's over 10 acres here. That's quite a bit of property for an area that's so close to downtown. As you can see from the original start of this video, busy highway going into town, US 27 North Monroe. And here's a side view of the mansion. Again, just a beautiful setting. I could sit here all day. And I love the morning time, being out like this. It's quiet, peaceful. The birds and the squirrels are out. And we'll get a view from the front entrance of the building. As I said, there are guided tours here certain times of the day. I think $1 per person. Can't beat that. It's operated by Florida Secretary of State's office. And so this place now is owned by the people of Florida. Look at this majestic tree here. All mature trees surrounding the mansion. Just an outstanding view. And I don't think you'll be able to see it. We'll go over here, but right back over here is the governor's mansion. This was never considered, I believe, the governor's mansion, but a territorial governor built it and lived here. And so I guess in a way it was at the time the governor's mansion. But I don't think it was officially the state governor's mansion. Just owned by the governor and his family over the years. And this is, in the background there, the governor's mansion. You can see the streets have been blocked off now permanently. And there is the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Police providing protection to the governor and his family. We will come on around and swing back up. But take a look at that. What a majestic building. Outstanding. Can you imagine living there? Imagine if that building could speak. You'd have quite a few stories to tell. Negotiating CharLee's stroller. This stroller's been all over the country. It's come in handy. Another view of the building from this angle. The beautiful grounds. As I said, they are well kept up. I wouldn't want to be the one that has to take care of it. A lot of work goes on here, I'm sure. So we've gone around the building completely. We're going to walk in this walkway here and let you see an angle. This is the east side of the building. Front steps and porch face the south. That area would be to the north. Beautiful brick walkways around here. Area to sit, enjoy the day, maybe enjoy a lunch outside. I'm sure there may be events here. Two stories with a downstairs area, semi-basement. Not completely underground. Don't see basements here in Florida. And as we approach the front here, I will get back a little bit. There's CharLee. It's quite a large building for its time. Many years to build. We're heading over to the west side of the building. And we will probably go ahead and turn around because of those steps. Brickwork, Bricks from Graves Company in Birmingham, Alabama. Makes you wonder, back in the day when this was built in 1840s, there was no air conditioning. Imagine the windows were wide open, breeze blowing through because of these big trees. Now, they probably weren't this big back then, but eventually were. Many old houses in the South would have sleeping porches. These were porches that were usually on the second floor, where family would sleep at night because it was a lot cooler in the evenings outside. But they would get on the sleeping porch instead of staying in the inside, which was oftentimes hot. And some of the older houses were separated. The living quarters were separated from the kitchens because of they didn't want to take a chance of a fire burning down the house. Just burn down the kitchen area if there was a fire. Excuse me. So I'm not sure if this home ever had a sleeping porch, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did. If not for the residents, maybe for folks that worked here. This was built during the slave era. And I'm sure some stayed at the building itself. And then there were probably quarters somewhere on the plantation for the workers. So that completes the tour around the grounds and the property and the family cemetery. And we are going to head back out and call it a day here, but I'll just stop here for a second just to enjoy it. A little breeze blowing. We had a little cool front come in, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is probably a day that just couldn't get any better in terms of weather conditions. Just absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, this is Fire Larry and CharLee, and we just wanted to take a quick visit at the Grove in Tallahassee and hope that one day you get a chance to come here. Take care.